Welcome back, guys. It's your boy Mada doing another 5-minute Freeview for the Unity YouTube channel. Today we've got something like all of these games, very unique, very different. We're going for GunBlocks. Unfortunately, at the moment, only the prologue is available on Steam for free, and obviously, with free being a prerequisite of this series, that's all we're going to get to see today. The first thing I want to point out is this is obviously not a high action impact game. You can probably tell from the music and the art style straight away. This isn't a game for someone who needs high octane intensity adrenaline rushes. This is a game, sort of chilled out, that you can play sort of when you've got a little bit of spare time to just sort of nod along and get used to, and that's what I really like, and I think there's a lot of people who really like that as well. So let's get straight into the gameplay. Essentially, you are this little tiny cannon on this planet. We've just seen a spaceship. Obviously this spaceship has sort of crash landed and dropped a load of cargo onto this planet. So our job is to go out there into this planet and collect the cargo. We've got this little smiling face in the middle of the screen you see here. There's like a little robot. He's sent out to help us. He gives us the blocks to put down, and functionally it works a lot like Tetris. So we're placing down the blocks, as you can see from stage 1 at the top right, and the second stage is you get to shoot. Now there are enemies in this game, which you'll see shortly, which totally add a different dynamic, obviously, to Tetris. It makes it a little bit more exciting. And then number 3, the stage 3, is movement, so we can move along the map. It depends on, there's different scenarios, there's different power-ups, there's different stuff like that that can completely affect the game. But, actually I quite enjoyed myself with this. It was a complete change of pace to the normal games I've been playing, a complete change of pace to what I normally play anyway. And just a nice, calm little puzzle game. And I've got quite a lot of friends who I think I know would absolutely love a game like this. And I think it's important that these games are sort of shed light on. The other thing about it as well is that it doesn't just leave it at the dynamic of you're playing a puzzle game, so nothing different can happen. They're actually slowly, there is sort of a little bit of a difficulty curve even in the prologue. They're slowly introducing different enemies. Like you can see that robot that we just shot and ran away there. Different power-ups, like the apples you're about to see me collect. I think I shoot one, another one out this tree, yeah. And they give you little boosts, so sometimes you can get boosts that make you run faster. You can get explosive bullets to shoot out of the cannon, and I like that little changes, and that's what makes these games more viable. Now, if it's just a Tetris game and someone was playing it, you didn't want it like that. That's a special block right there that brings out the tree. And just a Tetris game, standard Tetris game, wouldn't really be interested. It wouldn't bother, wouldn't interest me as much. But this game I think it makes it a bit more fun. It opens it up a little bit more. We've got a lot more to do. There's different aspects to the game. The enemies are evolving, which is important as well. You've got to have a difficulty curve in a game, or it becomes untenable as a game, in my opinion. And that's something that this game does really, really well, I think, especially as you get further through the prologue. Now, obviously, I've only played the prologue. The game may stay like this and get stale, but we won't know that until we play the main game. The other thing it does quite well is it introduces, which I don't really see in this type of game before, like proper bosses. Now this is about my 4th or 5th attempt, because I'm not a smart man, and I just kept basically getting hit. Now, so what we're aiming at now is the boss. The boss is pretty stationary. Behind him is like a force field, which limits our movement, it limits our shooting, and it means that we have to use the blocks that we get in a strategic manner in order to make sure he doesn't get us, to keep ourselves alive, and obviously complete the level. Now, this for me was the most exciting bit, because it was sort of like competing with someone else. My head, I'm having to think, I'm having to use my brain, and it really I really felt cool about this. This was my favourite part of the whole game, because I could just get on with it. I could just strategically outmaneuver this character wherever it may be, and that was something I quite liked. Now, obviously, with that being said, can I give this game particularly high scores? I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure I can justify those high scores when it comes to a game like this, specifically when the gameplay isn't exceptional. It's not saying any worlds alike, but it's also not terrible. So I've gone sort of mid-range on the gameplay. As you can see, I've given the gameplay 25 out of 50, which isn't that bad. It's not that bad at all. Graphics, obviously, the graphics are phenomenal. Again, they're not setting the world alight, but it fits the genre. So I'm going to give the graphics a 10 out of 50, which I think is actually quite positive. Now, where that puts it in the table, it's going to sit in 7th, just drawn with Arc Wizards 3 from last week. And I think that's respectable. I do think there's going to be some games that come under there because we've yet to play a truly awful game, and that's what I'm really excited about showing. But anyway, that's been it from today. I've been Madder. This has been the Unity YouTube. I'll see you next time.